What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is my third video on this channel, and today we're going to be talking about exactly what the title says: how to start and grow a clothing brand with no budget. So let's hop right into it. Starting a clothing brand is one of the most exciting and rewarding journeys you can take. But I know what you're thinking: don't I need a lot of money to start? And that's absolutely wrong. And today I'm going to show you step by step how to start a successful clothing brand without spending a fortune. We'll cover building your skills, testing your ideas, marketing your products, and choosing the right manufacturer. And make sure you stick around until the end, because I'm going to share insider tips on avoiding costly mistakes and scaling your clothing brand. So let's get started. My name is actionable, and I'm the founder of Believe It, a Christian clothing brand built from the ground up. And when I started, I didn't have a budget or a big team. I just had a vision and a willingness to learn. I know firsthand how intimidating it can feel when you're starting with limited resources. But trust me, you don't need to have it all figured out right now. What you do need is focus, determination, and a clear strategy. And that's what this video is all about. And I'm going to give you practical steps you can use today to start your clothing brand the right way. The first step is keeping it simple. Don't try to create an entire clothing line right off the bat. Start with one product that truly represents your brand. For Believe It, that was our heavy Believe It hoodie. This hoodie was our anchor. It showcased our message and allowed us to focus doing one thing really well. Starting small doesn't mean thinking small. It means being smart and giving yourself room to grow without overwhelming your budget. Spend time brainstorming what your brand stands for. Is it about faith, lifestyle, sustainability, or something else? Your first product should reflect that in its message. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just focus on creating something that resonates. Your action step is to write down your brand's core message and brainstorm 1 to 3 product ideas and pick one to focus on at first. Let's talk about skills, which is probably the most important thing that we're going to talk about today. When you're starting out, you might not have all the skills to create designs, manage social media, or even handle your budget, and that's perfectly fine. The beauty of starting small is that it forces you to learn. If you're not a designer, spend time on YouTube learning Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop. There are thousands of free tutorials out there to teach you how to create mock-ups and designs. If you're creatively inclined, use that to your advantage. But if you know design isn't your thing, consider hiring a freelance designer to bring your ideas to life. The goal isn't to become an expert overnight. It's to build enough skill to take that first step. Take action. Dedicate 30 minutes to an hour every day to learning something new. And over time, those small efforts will add up. Your action step is watching YouTube tutorials and creating a mock-up this week. You got this product idea in your design, and now it's time to validate it. This is where testing comes in. Start by leveraging your Instagram account. You don't need a huge following to do this. Post your designs and ask your audience questions like, would you wear this? Or what color do you prefer? Instagram polls and comments are great but free tools that you can use to gauge interest and to get feedback. And if you don't have a big audience, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry. Share your posts with friends and family and encourage them to give honest feedback. You can also join clothing design or entrepreneurial communities online to share your ideas. Now let's talk about samples and manufacturing. This is where you'll need to spend some money, but the investment is worth it. Samples allow you to see and feel the quality of your product before committing to a large order. And I recommend starting with manufacturers from Pakistan because they offer lower minimum order quantities, MOQs, which mean you can start with a smaller investment. The quality is great, but if you're looking for a premium quality and are ready to scale, manufacturers in China are an excellent option as well. Communicating with manufacturers is key. Be clear about your vision and don't hesitate to ask for revisions. A good manufacturer will work with you to get it right. Here's your action step. Research 2 to 3 manufacturers and request samples of your product. Use these samples to test quality, fit, and design accuracy. Organic marketing is your best friend when you're starting with a small budget. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok are free and incredibly powerful for reaching your audience. Document your journey, whether it's unboxing samples, creating designs, or even brainstorming ideas. People love authentic content, and it helps them feel connected to your brand. The biggest tip I could give you is consistency is key. Set a schedule for posting content and stick to it. You don't need fancy equipment. All you need is a smartphone, natural lighting, and they are more than enough for telling your story and showing the passion behind your brand. Your action step for this step is Plan and post at least 3 pieces of content this week. Include behind the scenes video, a poll about your design choices, or a personal story on why you started your brand. When you're starting your brand, every dollar counts. Spend smartly on the things that matter. A professional domain name, a clean Shopify website, and samples are all worthwhile investments. Don't waste money on things like fancy packaging or expensive ads just yet. Focus on what will directly impact your sales and credibility. If you're doing pre-orders, this could be a great way to manage your budget. Pre-orders allow you to gauge interest and secure funding before placing a large order. Just make sure to communicate clearly with your customers about timelines, and your action step is to allocate a budget for essentials like a website, samples, and track your spending to avoid going over budget. Step 7. Last but not least, don't rush to scale. Start small with your first inventory order and focus on selling out quickly. Use the profits to reinvest into your next drop because scaling way too fast can lead to overstock and wasted money. Remember, it's better to sell out and create demand than to sit on unsold inventory. A tip is limited drops create urgency and excitement, which can drive sales. Use social media to hype up your launch and keep your audience engaged. Your action step is to plan a small launch with limited stock and use your content to build anticipation. To wrap it all up, starting your clothing brand doesn't have to cost a fortune. By focusing on one product, building your skills, and leveraging organic marketing, and you create something amazing without breaking the bank. Remember to test your ideas, invest in quality samples, and scale smart. This process isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Start small, stay consistent, and keep learning. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building a successful clothing brand. Comment below what your biggest takeaway or the step you're working on right now. And don't forget to check out the resources I've linked below to help you get started. Let's turn your vision into a reality one step at a time. And until next time, I'm gone.